Alright, let's see if we can do this without dropping the phone in the sink. And let's see if I can get my head all the way in this thing, unlike the last video I did. Let me see, is that straight? That'll have to do. Alright, welcome to the Saturday Night Shave. Here's what we're talking about today. I did a desktop review of this a few months back and it was awful. But we're talking about Heritage Hill Midnight Ride. This is 4 ounces for $10. It's a great deal. I think that's a very fair deal. I'll put a link in the description where you can get this. This stuff, scent-wise, is modeled after Creed Santal. Now, before you run out and say, wow, I want to get some Creed Santal to go with that shaving soap, you need to be advised that the stuff's extremely expensive. Okay? And there's another cologne that I've reviewed on my channel that matches this quite well. It's called Mont Blanc Santal. And I think they're actually working on some aftershave splashes for this. So here's the participants. Here's my Parker 78R. And a blade that I haven't used in quite some time. Good old Russian Voskhod, or however the heck you say it. Blade's already loaded up. I'm going to shake some water off that brush. And my very favorite Simpsons Trafalgar T3, one of the best synthetic brushes. Already got some soap in here in my lovely little bowl that I smeared around with my chubby little finger. And let's see, can we build us up a lather? I always try to have some of this stuff done so the videos don't take too long. You know, because I'm sure y'all got better things to do, but some of you don't, because you're going to be watching this. I'm going to have to put a little water. This stuff is kind of thirsty. It's not as soft as something like a Tenor of Aubin Street. It's definitely not as hard as some soaps, but I would put it right along with Sterling. I think their soaps would compare well to the consistency of it, but it does like water. So just meter it in, a few drops at a time. And we are getting there. I think we have enough water. That's what we got going on right there. Hope everybody's having a good week. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday night. I was just sitting around, look at that. See the sheen on that? That looks awesome. Gonna go just a few seconds further, you know, because I ain't got nothing else to do. Look at that. That's awesome. That is awesome sauceum. All right. So, as I explained before, one of the reasons I do this is so I can actually enjoy it. My beard's not going to grow much in the next 12 hours before I wake up and go to church. So, I decided to make it a video night and do this on Saturday. Now, I have a video for a cologne that matches this quite well, and it's not Creed Santal. I mean, I can't afford it. And if you can afford it, go ahead and get it. But if you can't, one you ought to look at is Mont Blanc Explorer. And the funny thing about it is all these little companies always make clones from the big companies like Creed and Yves Saint Laurent and Versace and, you know, well, maybe not Versace, but Parfums de Marly and places like that. Well, on this one, the shoe's on the other foot because Mont Blanc Explorer came out before Creed Santal. And later that year, they came out with one that smelled incredibly like it. So it looks like Goliath copied David on this one. All right. Haven't used one of these blades in a while. Let's see if I can rip my face off here. Let's see what's going on. Well, let's get the hair out of the way. That's about 4 days worth of growth right there. And I can't say enough good about the Parker 78R. I like Parker's razors. They're not made of Zamic, which is a good thing for me. These are brass. I mean, anything's going to break if you don't take care of it, but I think you stand a better chance with brass than you do just about anything else. Well, 316L stainless steel is pretty hefty. Let's go over here on this side. So Mont Blanc, and I'm gonna reshoot a video on the Mont Blanc tonight because I did it as a tabletop review, and I realized a few videos in that that's not a good way to do a channel. And I swore I would never do a shaving video. Here I am. Because I always thought it was silly, but then I realized it's not so silly after all. It's a good way to talk and share experiences, and people can see what you're doing. They can laugh at you. This would be a good razor to put a feather blade in. And I've said this in some of my videos before, but I'm going to be sending this one out to people who probably don't know what I'm talking about. But gentlemen, you can still use these soaps and these aftershaves even if you're using cartridge razors. And it's just more fun. I've used the Harry's face shave butter and all that stuff, and it was an improvement, but it's just not as good as this stuff. And there's so much stuff to try. See? And there's people that have way more than me. I try not to go crazy. And if you noticed, I haven't relathered yet because there's enough residual slickness in this particular shaving soap to where you can go over a few times and not really be afraid of cutting yourself. All right, I'm going to feel around and see what I need. We definitely need a second pass. Up here on the cheeks is pretty good. Right around here. My against the grain for my neck is this way. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. So let's lap up some soap here again. I love the Simpsons brush. I like it because the loft is short and the knot is tight. And because of its configuration, these bristles aren't as floppy as some synthetic brushes are. And that's a complaint I hear and see in the groups and everything else about synthetic brushes being floppy. This one really isn't. The only brush that I have that's just super duper rigid is my 48 Omega, my pour brush. And I would have used that one, but I forgot to get it out. There we go, that's lovely, isn't it? So we're up to Almost 270 subscribers. I can't believe it. That's awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying the mix of the type of videos I'm trying to do. It was the smell of the soaps that got me into the aftershaves, and it was the aftershaves that got me into the colognes. You know, when you're trying to replace one habit with another, in this case a bad habit with a good habit, it's hard to go wrong with being clean shaven and taking care of yourself and good grooming techniques and smelling good. There's nothing wrong with that. Because it helps get rid of some of the negativity that we tend to heap on ourselves, especially if you're a recovering addict of any kind. There it is. That's how I have to go against the grain on my neck. But I enjoy this. It is definitely cathartic. And it keeps me out of the bar. You know, I was just thinking, if I had $1 for every woman that rejected me, eventually they'd stop rejecting me. Oh well, their loss. They're just intimidated by my sheer gorgeousness is what it is. Like I said, this stuff is about $10, and I saw another gentleman on his channel, and he got asked to try some of their aftershave for, I believe the one he used was Washington. And I'm all excited. I can't wait to get it. I mean, for them to put that out, because I definitely want to try some. I can't imagine how good a splash would be for this. I think it would be just splendiferous. Draw off the face here. Try to see what I've missed. I've noticed that when I get done shaving, I never find the spot that I missed until I'm sitting down at church. Every Sunday, it's like, oh, I missed the spot. But I think that's pretty good right there. So now on Sunday morning, I don't have to worry about anything. I can get up, get ready for church, spend some time reading my Bible, getting ready to go and worship. I think my next video, I'm going to go over my small razor collection. I only have like 7 or 8. And I've been refraining from buying any. But I think after the first of the year, I'm going to pick up 1 or 2. Because I really enjoy the ones that I have. And I just don't see the need to buy more. I would like to buy another adjustable. I think that would be kind of swell. But I don't want to spend a fortune on one. I don't want to spend certainly not more than $100. The Rockwell T2 comes to mind. It looks pretty snazzy. I wouldn't mind having one of those. All right. And the aftershave that I use when I'm not going anywhere is this. I absolutely love this stuff. This stuff feels like medicine, but it smells awesome. So don't let that throw you off. But in the wintertime, this is a perfect balance between a splash and a balm. I mean, I know it says balm on there, but It is a wonderful, wonderful product. And I enjoy it, and it's cheap, and you can find it just about anywhere. All right, so in the next day or two, I'm going to have a video up, a better video up on the Mont Blanc Individual and the Mont Blanc Explorer. I've had a chance to wear the Explorer, and I kind of changed my mind on a few things. Probably shouldn't have been so hasty with the first review. But anyway, thank you to all 269 subscribers. God bless you. Don't miss a chance to make somebody's day. Have a wonderful day.